Welcome to Midtown Connects, a community conversation with business owners and community leaders sharing their perspective and expertise on various topics. We like to talk shop. We like to showcase and empower our neighbors and businesses with good information that enhances our community. Midtown Connect is sponsored by MidtownMemphis.org, a nonprofit promoting economic development, cultural activities, and the historic integrity of Midtown Memphis. I'm Porsche Stevens. I serve as president of MidtownMemphis.org, and I'm excited to have a conversation with one of the founding board members of MidtownMemphis.org, who is also a resident of Midtown and a longtime business owner of one of the hippest businesses in the Cooper Young neighborhood. If you are a coffee drinker, I'm sure you are familiar with Otherlands Coffee Bar. Man, there's no need to even introduce you, Karen, because you are like royalty here in Midtown, right? Everybody knows you. Otherlands is like that spot that, people come to because they feel like family. They feel like, it's a sense of belonging. You guys do way more than coffee, right? So I wanted to just welcome you to Midtown Connects. And this is truly an honor to be able to have a conversation with you. And, as a business owner, we'll just start things off with, give us a brief history. Give us some brief history. I mean, because you guys go way back on Otherlands. Tell us, how did you get into business and what made you choose Midtown?
Well, I lived in Midtown and have since I moved back to Memphis in 1980. And of course, I would say it's the only place to live in Memphis.
Yeah.
But in 1989, I opened a futon and gift store in the Gilmore. And before then, I had this idea that I wanted to create a community gathering spot. And with a business partner, we had tried to buy Hadley's Garage, which is now Tamboli's Pizza.
Okay.
That didn't work out. But so I had the futon store in the Gilmore and then moved it to my present location and sat here for a year waiting for the right person to open up something next door to me. They didn't show up. So I just had the crazy idea I was going to do it myself. And almost like magic, the right people turned up to work with me to make this the place that it's become. So it's changed from thing to thing to thing to thing, went from futon and gift to coffee shop to futon and gift and coffee shop to gift and coffee shop to coffee shop to gift and coffee shop.
But Otherlands does a lot more because you guys do music there as well. Food, you serve
Some
food.
music, not as much as we used to, but some.
Yeah. And how about the food? You guys serve food as well.
We have a full menu, the same menu all day long, so breakfast and lunch.
And I get the impression that, the menu is really more healthy.
It's healthy. And one thing that's really great about what we do here is at least 5 of our vendors are in the neighborhood. Awesome. So we're not just selling the stuff, we're keeping other people
in business too.
Yep.
Good deal. So as a small business owner, how did Otherlands, what's your experience been like weathering the COVID storm?
It's been a roller coaster, terrifying. Almost like semi-retirement at times, because I've altered my hours so much, going from 2 shifts to 1 shift. But as any small business owner that survived this will tell you, it's been a call for innovation.
Yeah.
All types to just make people feel safe. But it's been great for our community to be able to open back up so quickly. So many people come here to meet each other and have coffee. And with our expansion into the parking lot all winter long, people were able to sit out there and, safely distanced, but still meet with their friends and feel kind of normal.
Right. So do your employees live in Midtown, or do they have to travel far to come to work?
For the most part, yeah.
They're in Midtown.
Pretty close.
cool. So since you made the decision to get into the coffee business, you know, cup of coffee ain't exactly cheap anymore. So what's the latest trend? What is it about coffee that we love besides the fact the smell? Because I'm a coffee drinker, right? And I love just hanging out in coffee settings, a coffee lounge, right? Like the big box stores, but Otherlands is totally different. So what is it about coffee? How innovative does one need to be to get people to continue to come in and try new things?
Well, I don't know how about trends or anything. I think more than anything, it's just creating a consistently friendly place that you always have what you're claiming to have. So
Yeah.
you're very consistent in what the place is. And I think that's just really the most important thing.
Yeah, being consistent. So does a so does one need to have like would be a barista to work at Otherlands?
Uh, well, we don't train the people to be a barista right off the bat. It's helpful if they have that experience, but there are 3 positions back there. So we train in the other 2. And then by the time they've learned to do those and been around for a while, we know it's worth the effort to train them. But really, it's not the skill of being a barista, it's the skill of being able to juggle
Yeah,
task, stay friendly, and the enthusiasm to learn new things.
yeah, that's what makes Otherlands so special. So hey, it's hard getting people back to work. So what has that process been like for you? Are you
Uh,
short-staffed? Do you need more people?
yes, we definitely are always looking for good people. Before the pandemic even happened, we were having a hard time. I think our culture has just changed. I used to hire college kids all the time. I rarely get an application
Oh wow.
from college kids. I don't really know what's going on. So lately I've been hiring older people,
Okay.
and
Retired folks.
that's worked out pretty well.
Good, good. So when it comes to the music scene, how does one then, is that something you're going to start back up,
We did it
allowing live music?
uh, probably, but the problem here is we did it. We did several shows last spring,
Hmm.
and we were really lucky that the weather held because I don't think I would be comfortable having people inside,
Right.
but it was very comfortable being outside. But you just have no idea what's going to happen with the weather. So we're going to try to do some things just because that does feel so good to everybody.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. So now I also notice when I'm in your store, you can buy, eclectic kinds of gifts, stones. Do you sell incense as well?
Yes. Yes.
So now how do you go by choosing your inventory? I mean, because that's a Midtown thing as well.
Well, to some extent, I choose what I love,
All right.
and hopefully, other people love what I love,
Yeah.
and that usually works out pretty well. But there's staple things, like the nog champa everybody likes to have. Um, but this place is Otherlands, and I love things from all over the world. So I've created a little mini international place in there.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
it's been fun. I've been working in there by myself a lot. So I've been exposed to a lot of different people lately.
We totally dig it. We totally dig it. So, Karen, what kind of advice would you give someone who may be dreaming about, opening a small business and doing it in Midtown?
Well, of course, the sage advice is always location, location, location.
Indeed.
And, easy to see, easy to park. Um, I think the most important thing is not having a lot of personal overhead so that you're able to ease into your business without having a lot of expenses to meet personally, but just plan to be thrifty and plan to work hard, and you're going to be multitasking, so
Yeah.
that's huge, especially a business dealing with where you're trying to attract the public in.
Yeah, yeah. So what was Cooper Young like before you moved there, like in the beginning years, the early years?
That's an interesting question. This spot is right in between the two business districts. And it's been a real trip through history watching both districts build up, and things of course have come and gone, and just the revolution.
Yeah.
Overton Square. And this may or may not be true, but I kind of feel like we were instrumental in being in the middle of things and kind of making it be an attractor for more businesses to move in between. This area was pretty industrial when I first moved in, but it was on the edge of Central Gardens and on the edge of Cooper Young. And as this has become more of a walking, biking community, it's on fire. It
is. I mean, your business is truly special, unique, eclectic. It truly represents Midtown living. So like I said, one of the coolest things about Otherlands to me is the fact that it makes you feel like it's a sense of belonging when you come in there, right? It's like, I mean, you see all kinds of people, coming into Otherlands, just kind of hanging out, from the student to the executive, right? So
yeah. And that's what I imagined from the beginning. It's corny, but when I was first building Otherlands, I was watching Cheers a lot.
Okay. And
believe it or not, people, when I first opened, would get upset if someone was sitting in their chair.
It's mine. Yeah.
You have to encourage your staff to learn everybody's name, and it means so much to have somebody call you by name, even if they fake it. Right.
It's those personal touches, man, that makes all the difference. I call that good customer service. Yeah.
Yes.
Well, I tell you, Karen, I mean, Otherlands is truly a staple in Midtown. We love Otherlands. We love you. We love your business, and we appreciate you for making a commitment as a resident and as a business owner to Midtown. So before we go, can you describe Otherlands in 3 words?
Friendly, funky, multi-generational.
Sounds like a winner to me. See what I said? Shop talk. That's what we like to do. Showcase our businesses and our neighbors here on Midtown Connect, giving up good information that enhances our communities. We do this every first and third Monday of the month. You can check out, past shows. Just visit midtownmemphis.org and click Midtown Connects. I'm Porsche Stevens. We'll see you next time. Yay.
Good job, y'all.
That was great. Great. So now I know I could add more questions to this list, right? I said, well,